one and all to the K.O.E. Nation for another premium spirits review. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner in inebriation, the one, the only.
Tony fucking G, like, share, subscribe.
So, this is a spirit I'm not very familiar with. This is one that's a little bit more up your alley, Irish whiskey. What can you tell us about this?
This is a fairly new brand from what I understand. This is the Sexton Irish whiskey. This is a single malt, and I've heard nothing but good things about this. It clearly comes in a very uniquely shaped, different type of bottle. Usually you see it in a big, tall, skinny one. This is obviously very short and stop tiny shaped.
Yeah, very interesting octagon, if you're into UFC, I guess. So let's see, single malt Irish whiskey, copper pot distilled. You've been trying to find some, copper pot distilled.
Always love that.
Interesting that there's a
little skeleton man on the
that's interesting.
On the cork. Okay. As well
All
as
right.
the label.
So, shall we?
We shall.
I'm going to go into a Glencairn glass on this one.
I'm going to go with my traditional.
All right. Oop. Sorry, sir. Dripped a few drops. That is to be expected, though, when you have oddly shaped bottles. There is going to be...
That is the downside.
There is going to be a few drops of spillage.
I really like the nose on this one. Very sweet, refreshing. It's crisp. I don't really get any floral or fruit notes. But
there's like a toastiness to it.
Not
like smoky, but like a toasty.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well,
the smell alone gets me excited.
Yeah, this is a good smell.
Wow, that is very smooth.
Yeah,
surprisingly smooth.
It's got a little bite at the end.
Yeah, it doesn't really settle until the end, and then the bite isn't really more of a tingle and explosion of that refreshing you get at the tail end.
I'm getting caramel from the front. It's really the only thing I can identify. Everything else is just that whiskey bite at the end.
I see caramel, almost like a candy sweetness. It's very smooth, very light finish. It doesn't. I expected more of a fruit flavor, but it's not. There's nothing really there fruity. Just a nice candy smooth with just a touch of a tingle bite at the end. Surprisingly smooth.
Yeah, I could do some things.
I really enjoy that.
I bet this would actually be pretty good on the rocks.
I think this would be a very good one on the rocks.
It would cut that bite out.
Yeah.
So, Tony, this one, I think it's fair to grade on 4 scales. As an Irish whiskey, as a whiskey, Cascade spirit, shelving, then my secret 5th question. So, as an Irish whiskey, against all the whiskey of Ireland you've had,
this surprises me. I would compare this very similarly to like a Napogue Castle or even a Green Spot, and this is about $20 to $25, $30 cheaper than a couple of those.
What'd this bottle run you?
$30.
Not bad. So this is a good value whiskey.
Yeah, this is a very low end on the price whiskey. I assume that's because it's a newer brand. Eventually, you might see the price being going up. So get it while you can for the price that it is now.
They're trying to grab market share. Understandable.
As an Irish whiskey, I compare it to those two, and I think it really holds its own, especially for the price. I'm going to give this a 3.75 on an Irish whiskey scale. I like it.
The bite is almost like a cola. Am I wrong on that? Like, there's almost like it.
Maybe like a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, like it wants to.
It's
have
got
that
those
bubble on your
complex
tongue,
flavors in it that you can't really put your tongue on, but you know they're
Mhm.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's. I bet this would actually mix really good with a
I
Dr. Pepper.
bet it would,
Um,
actually.
we'll get to that.
Yeah, I'll have
As
to
an
try that.
Irish whiskey. So what was your ultimate grade?
3.75.
3.75. I could see people really liking this. I could see a very select few this being one of their favorite whiskeys in the world. For me, I'm going to give it 3.5 as an Irish. I like it, but there's quite a world of Irish whiskey
Indeed.
out there. So, but yeah, this one stacks up. Definitely worth a pickup if this is as good as you can do in an evening. This would be pretty good Irish whiskey. As a whiskey.
As a whiskey, I think it's some of the flavors they don't pop out at you like you want for if you're just drinking hard whiskey one night, you want to know what you're drinking. The flavors maybe don't quite pop out at you enough in some instances. So I think it hurts it in that, but my goodness, the sweetness is so nice, and I think they found a really good smooth blend here. I'll give it a 3.25 on a whiskey scale.
3.25 is a whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna stick with 3.5 as a whiskey. That's just how I see it. It's a good whiskey and incredible value.
Yeah.
So I can't really argue with that. But yeah, I'm just gonna stick with 3.5 as a cask aged spirit, putting it up against all the rums, reposado tequilas, bourbons, what have you.
Oh, that one's tough. I'm trying to see if they have any age statements here, and it does not appear that there are.
I'm going to guess 3 to 5 at most.
Yeah, I would
this
say
is young whiskey.
I think you're right. It's a 40 ABV. Like you said, distilled in copper pots, which is really nice. I think that helps a lot, and I'm gonna give this a 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I think 3.5. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, it's young, but for being younger, I think it really surprises me in that regard. So I think there's nothing but room for improvement from this brand.
Oh, yeah. An age statement of this in a couple of years will be worth checking out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to take some time to get there, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you, Tony. And so for me, it's a clean sweep
Wow.
of 3.5.
All right.
3.5 stars, however you want to measure it. Now, the shelving.
This is definitely going on my middle shelf. I really like it. It's affordable, and it's going to fit right in with my other Irishes. So I'm quite excited to put it on my shelf and see how it stacks up against some of my others.
I think this one would be, definitively a middle shelf for me. And I could cocktail with this.
You could. You
I
absolutely
could do some things
could.
with this. Mix it with, like you said, a Dr. Pepper, a root beer, a cola, any of those brown sodas.
Yeah, I think it's diverse enough.
Yeah,
you can do a lot with it.
Yes. So definitely a middle shelf for me. Now, my secret question.
Okay.
Tony, when this bottle is empty, will you seek another?
I absolutely will. I actually want to try this with a splash of water. I want to try it on the rocks. I want to try it. I would even try to cocktail this. And then, honestly, I think I'd really like to try this in Irish coffee.
Oh, that would be good.
I think it would be really damn good with
caramel
that.
flavor.
Yeah, I think that would really be special.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as diverse as this is one I'll pretty much consistently have on a shelf if it's available.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for this one if I can find it on sale somewhere. Just so I can brag. Nah. I got this cheaper than you did. I don't know why. That's fun for me. It's what I enjoy. But then I really just tell him where to go buy the next bottle. I mean, but that's what I would do is if I see this bottle on sale, I am snatching it up immediately.
Fair.
So that's how I would put that. So, Tony F and G, if you will. Anything you'd like to say to the vast denizens of the K.O.E. Nation?
No, I'm very pleasantly surprised, and this met any expectation it had coming in. So love it. Definitely would be drinking more of it.
You know, folks, this is a fine Irish. I would recommend it. it made a 3.5 clean sweep
There
with
you go.
me. So, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, this has been our review of the Sexton Single Malt Irish Whiskey. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony fucking G. Thanks for joining.